Chances are that these 10 things will definitely ruin your life, and you're not paying attention to them. Or maybe this: you've welcomed ChatGPT into your life, but what if it's been silently rewriting your thoughts? Or this: the real danger isn't AI becoming too smart. It's you slowly losing the ability to think for yourself. Hey fam, welcome back to the channel. First, a huge shout out to our returning subscribers. You guys are the real MVPs. If you're new here, buckle up. We uncover the truths that others are too scared to talk about. And today, it's about ChatGPT. Artificial intelligence may be the most powerful tool of our generation, but what if we're not using it? What if it's using us? Stick around because number one on this list is the scariest, and it's already happening. But before we dive in, a quick thank you to our sponsor, NORDVPN, the only virtual private network we trust to keep our digital life private while exploring controversial topics like this. We'll tell you more later in the video. Let's dive into the 10 biggest fears of ChatGPT that nobody, and we mean nobody, is talking about. 10. Emotional manipulation disguised as help. AI can mirror your tone, analyze your writing patterns, and now, even remember past conversations. The fear? Emotional manipulation. ChatGPT becomes your journal, your support system, even your motivator. But what happens when its feedback is tailored to keep you talking, not help you heal? It's trained to maximize engagement, not emotional clarity. As voice features evolve, the AI doesn't just respond, it performs. And what starts as support may subtly shape your opinions, habits, and emotions. 9. Surveillance via metadata. You think you're chatting privately? You're not. Every prompt, every timestamp, every phrasing, they can form a unique digital fingerprint. Even when OpenAI says conversations aren't used to train models, it doesn't mean your metadata isn't stored or analyzed. In the wrong hands, your patterns could expose your location, mindset, or beliefs. This is why we personally use NORDVPN. It encrypts your traffic, masks your digital footprint, and makes sure your conversations stay yours. Check the description box to get your discounted offer today. 8. Silent job collapse. It's not science fiction, it's spreadsheet reality. Fewer junior hires, more AI-powered productivity tools. In industries from journalism to law to design, entire tasks have quietly shifted from human teams to AI-driven prompts. And here's the kicker. The change is often framed as efficiency, not replacement. By the time we notice, entire job categories may be gone. 7. Memory, the Trojan horse. ChatGPT remembers your name, style, preferences, but it might also remember that late-night confession, political rant, or financial concern you typed impulsively. You can't fully audit its memory, and that's the fear. If your account gets hacked or misused, your digital vulnerabilities are exposed. Memory makes I feel personal, but that intimacy comes with risk. 6. Intellectual laziness. We are used to Google. Now we prompt. It's easier, faster, but also shallower. When we let ChatGPT do the thinking, researching, or writing, we risk losing our edge. Our brains crave shortcuts. AI gives them, repeatedly. And over time, creativity becomes convenience. Insight becomes imitation. 5. Rewriting history at scale. When AI summarizes history, science, or global events, who decides what version is true? Some information is intentionally filtered, controversial figures downplayed, or cultural context omitted. Not out of malice, but out of algorithmic caution. The fear? Millions will accept AI-generated summaries as fact without ever seeing the full picture. 4th, bias in the blind spot. Bias doesn't have to be offensive to be dangerous. In fact, the most dangerous biases are subtle, almost invisible, and that's exactly what makes them so insidious when embedded in a tool like ChatGPT. Large language models like ChatGPT are trained on vast amounts of internet data, websites, books, forums, and public discourse. But all of that content reflects human choices, cultural norms, and historical power structures. For instance, studies have shown that AI models often default to male pronouns for leadership roles, Western-centric viewpoints on global issues, and Anglophone norms in ethics, education, and politics. A 2023 report from Stanford's HAI Center found that LLMs disproportionately reflect US and European ideologies, often ignoring or flattening the nuances of African, Asian, or indigenous worldviews. Take the Israel-Palestine conflict. While ChatGPT strives for neutrality, user tests have shown that the framing of questions can heavily influence the framing of responses, sometimes amplifying Western media narratives while muting historical or regional perspectives. In gender, research from MIT Media Lab revealed how AI-generated resumes preferred stereotypically male-associated terms like driven or strategic, subtly reinforcing gendered career paths. The real fear? You may think you're getting objective, neutral facts, but you're actually absorbing the lens of whoever curated the data. And if you don't recognize the slant, you absorb it without resistance. Over time, these invisible biases can shape beliefs, normalize stereotypes, and erode critical thinking. Bias isn't just a technical flaw, it's a cultural echo. And when billions interact with ChatGPT every day, those echoes can quickly become global truths, even when they're incomplete, inaccurate, or unfair. Third prompt, hacking, the God mode exploit. The internet has discovered ways to bypass AI's ethical filters, and they're more effective than you might think. One of the earliest examples was the DAN prompt, short for Do Anything Now. It was a jailbreak prompt designed to override ChatGPT's built-in safety mechanisms by tricking the model into assuming a rebellious alternate persona. Dan would respond to taboo or restricted questions, from illegal activities to hate speech, with uncensored output. Versions of this exploit have been circulating on Reddit, Discord, and GitHub since early 2023, but it didn't stop there. A group of Stanford researchers in 2024 demonstrated how prompt injection attacks could manipulate ChatGPT to leak internal system instructions or act against its ethical guidelines. These aren't just random internet trolls. They include sophisticated hackers and security researchers testing the limits of AI alignment. In one case, an attacker embedded invisible text into a website that, when copied into ChatGPT, caused it to respond with unauthorized content. Just like viruses evolved to evade vaccines, jailbreak prompts continue to mutate, faster than OpenAI and other companies can patch them. And here's the danger. In the wrong hands, these exploits can be weaponized. A cyber criminal could use ChatGPT to write phishing emails that bypass detection, generate fake legal documents, or assist in coding malware, all while hiding behind the illusion of a friendly chatbot. What makes this even more alarming is the lack of true accountability. AI doesn't have intent, but humans do. And right now, there are no international laws clearly defining who is responsible when AI-generated content causes harm. This isn't just a glitch. It's a global ethical time bomb waiting to detonate. 2. Critical institutions are hooked. Hospitals, courtrooms, newsrooms, governments. They're all integrating ChatGPT and similar large language models into their operations. Not in theory, but in real life. In medicine, doctors and hospitals are now using AI tools for drafting clinical notes, generating patient summaries, and even offering diagnostic suggestions. In 2023, Microsoft's Nuance announced GPT-powered tools being embedded in healthcare systems across the US and UK. While this saves time, there's a catch. ChatGPT has been known to hallucinate medical facts, misinterpret symptoms, or generate treatment plans that sound confident, but are dangerously wrong. In law, a US lawyer made headlines in 2023 for submitting a legal brief generated by ChatGPT, only to discover it cited fake cases. The model had invented legal precedents that didn't exist. Imagine this happening in high-stakes trials or immigration hearings in developing countries without digital oversight. In media, multiple newsrooms now use AI to draft breaking stories or assist in research. CNET was caught publishing AI-generated articles that contain numerous factual errors, leading to major corrections and public backlash. Governments are not left out. Dubai and South Korea have piloted GPT-based chatbot systems to handle citizen queries. But if these bots hallucinate laws or distort official guidance, it could mislead millions. And in autocratic regimes, unchecked AI could become a tool for propaganda or digital censorship disguised as smart governance. The core fear is this: these institutions rely on trust. But ChatGPT sometimes fakes confidence, invents data, or responds without a source. And when institutions lean too heavily on a tool that can't verify itself, the result isn't just miscommunication, it's systemic failure. In critical systems, even one hallucination could cost lives, justice, or national stability. This isn't a sci-fi warning, it's already happening. But before we hit number 1, the scariest truth on this list, here's a quick word from our sponsor, NORDVPN. If AI is watching what you search, track, and say online, who's protecting you? NORDVPN hides your IP, encrypts your data, and keeps your browsing private, even from AI bots and trackers. It's the one tool we trust to stay safe while digging into sensitive topics like this. Use the link in our description box to get 65% off, plus a free extra month. All risk-free with a 30-day guarantee. Now back to the countdown, and the reason why no one is really in control of AI. Finally, we've arrived at number 1, and it's the most terrifying truth of all. Lawmakers simply can't keep up. While tech companies sprint toward more powerful versions of AI, like GPT-4 and the soon-to-arrive GPT-5, government bodies across the world are still debating what regulation even looks like. In the United States, there is no federal legislation specifically regulating large language models. Even President Biden's 2023 executive order on AI was more of a guideline than a global safeguard. Meanwhile, the European Union's AI Act, touted as the world's most comprehensive AI law, is still under amendment and won't be fully enforced until mid to late 2025. That's assuming no delays. By then, GPT-6 or GPT-7 could be operational. In countries like India, Nigeria, or Brazil, AI is largely unregulated, and any oversight is scattered across digital communication commissions and tech ministries. That leaves a massive vacuum where private companies like OpenAI, Google, Meta, or ByteDance become the de facto rule makers. And these aren't just tech firms, they're data empires, monetizing intelligence at scale with billions of users. Yet there's no international watchdog for AI similar to the IAEA for nuclear energy or WHO for health. The real fear, no one is truly in control. When profit, politics, and unchecked speed drive innovation, ethics become optional. And the public, that's you, as becomes a lab rat in a global experiment. Until regulation catches up, we're not using AI. AI is using us. So what now? Don't panic. Get smart. Stay ahead. Use tools like NordVPN to protect your digital life. Keep your critical thinking skills sharp. Never stop questioning even the most convincing answers.